Sister wives Janelle and Meri Brown officially sell their parcel. Sister wives stars Janelle and Meri Brown have shown their desire to go after their parts of the Coyote Pass property. The two parted ways with Cody last season, but they're not going out without their parcels. They believe it was divided unequally by their ex-husband. Meri and Janelle have succeeded, and news sources are saying that they have sold their parts. Keep reading to see the discussion. Sister wives, how was the Coyote Pass property divided? Earlier this month, new reports surfaced regarding the updated division of the Coyote Pass. Initially, Cody had a piece of every parcel, with Robin being a big shareholder. Cristin sold off her lot for $10 to Cody and Robin. It was never an equal division. This fueled Meri and Janelle to take legal action. They no longer have the desire to build on the land since they left Cody. On March 27th, it was revealed that all the wives now own a piece of the 4 lots. Cody and Robin still own 50%, while Janelle and Meri each own 25%. It was a huge leap for Meri, who initially owned 15.5%. The division of Coyote Pass will be discussed further in the upcoming second half of Sister Wives Season 19. Janelle and Meri officially sell their parcel. Some fans on social media discussed the newest updates regarding Meri and Janelle's Coyote Pass parcels. According to the listings, the Sister Wives stars have sold their parcels for $305,000. The two have yet to share the news online. But many fans are glad that they won their property battle. But some commenters mocked TLC, saying that it would take forever before it got featured on the show. Sister wives, how are Meri and Janelle Brown today? At this point, Janelle Brown has been documenting her life in North Carolina, close to Maddie and her grandchildren. The Sister Wives star has also been uploading photos of her late son, Garrison, who recently celebrated his birthday. Janelle even shared a weird day, saying that she forgets that her son is gone. Meanwhile, Meri has been thriving as a businesswoman and influencer. She recently attended the Global Beauty Awards, where she stunned many people with her tight black dress. Meri has also been traveling with her friends over the past few weeks. But amid all the adventures, she also shared that she's been going through a hard time as her dog gets sick. The wind swept across the Coyote Pass property with the same wild persistence that had once brought the Brown family together, and then slowly pulled them apart. Janelle stood in her boots at the edge of what used to be her dream, hands tucked into the pockets of her olive green jacket, watching the real estate agent's sign being driven into the red earth. For SALE, under contract. Meri was already there, her arms crossed and her expression unreadable. She wasn't one to wear her emotions plainly anymore, not after years of trying, hurting, and hoping. Today, though, there was a tightness in her jaw that didn't come from the cold. I guess this is really happening, Janelle murmured, her breath fogging in the chilly Flagstaff morning. Meri didn't respond right away. Her eyes lingered on the parcel, the one they'd both claimed in separate visions for their future. Back when Coyote Pass was still a plan drawn in Cody's notebook. Back when the family met under tents and spoke of unity, shared land, and a shared destiny. It was supposed to be home, Meri said finally, voice low. Janelle nodded. Yeah, I thought I'd have a greenhouse out here. Chickens, maybe. A spot for the grandkids to visit. And I thought I'd finally be part of something again. There was a silence between them that wasn't awkward. It was seasoned, weathered, like the two women had learned to live beside each other through so many years of unconventional sisterhood that even the most complicated emotions had become familiar companions. The sale had been inevitable. After everything, the separations, the betrayals, the slow unraveling of Cody's carefully spun tapestry, there wasn't much left tying them to this particular patch of land. Robin still had her parcel, of course, the largest one, the only one Cody ever seemed interested in anymore. But for Janelle and Meri, the land had turned into a symbol of limbo. We could have built something real here, Janelle said, as if the words had been stuck in her chest for months. Not just the homes, but peace, independence. Meri gave a small, bitter laugh. We were always building around someone else's idea of family, never our own. The buyer was a couple from Phoenix, they'd heard, young, excited, planning to build a modern farmhouse and maybe even open a retreat center. That part stung a little. Meri had once floated the idea of doing retreats herself, women's empowerment weekends in the quiet of Coyote Pass. She'd brought it up at a family meeting. Cody hadn't even looked up from his phone. Janelle turned toward her with a rueful smile. So, what now? Meri glanced at her, a softness creeping into her usually guarded features. You tell me. You were the one holding on the longest. It was true. Even after the others had distanced themselves, Janelle had clung to the dream of building. She'd stayed in the RV longer than she should have. She convinced herself that if she could just get the house up, Cody might start acting like a husband again. He never did. I think, Janelle began slowly, that I'm finally ready to stop waiting on someone else's permission to move forward. Meri smiled. Not the practiced, businesswoman smile she often gave at Lizzie's Heritage Inn, but a genuine one. I like that. They started walking the property, one last lap before they handed it over for good. The same way people stroll through empty houses during a final move, saying silent goodbyes to the memories they'd hoped to make. I used to come out here in the early mornings, Meri admitted, before the sun was up, just to sit in my car, think, cry sometimes. I brought out blueprints once, Janelle said, laughing under her breath. Laid them out on the hood of my truck and imagined where the kitchen would be. I could practically smell cinnamon rolls. You never made cinnamon rolls. True, but I would have learned. They reached the property line and stood still, the mountains in the distance casting long shadows. The wind picked up again, rustling the dried sagebrush. You know, Meri said softly, I don't think it's a failure to let something go. Not when it stopped being ours a long time ago. Janelle nodded. I agree. Letting go isn't failure. It's just growth. The real estate agent waved at them from the road, signaling that everything was finalized. The signatures had been filed. The check would be cut. It was done. They shared one last look, two women who had once called each other sister wives. Now something different, perhaps something even stronger. They weren't bonded by a man anymore, but by experience, by resilience, and maybe, strangely, by freedom. As they walked toward their cars, Janelle paused. Want to grab a coffee before we go our separate ways? Meri hesitated, then nodded. Yeah, I'd like that. Behind them, the land lay quiet and open, ready for its next story.